Hey, welcome to Two Blerd Girls. And
Happy
happy
Halloween!
Halloween. I'm a disjointed Michael Myers. Can't quite get my face together.
Yeah, and I am the heartbreak Harley Quinn, even though my hair is not like the the Harley Quinn. But hey, it's Harley Quinn's hair. So it's not the birds
Yay!
of prey Harley Quinn
Uh,
hair, but
uh,
hey, it's Harley Quinn's hair.
it is tough. It is tough.
It's tough to find
Cool.
it.
Cool. I am gonna pull this up so that everybody can hear me, and then put my glasses back on.
Yes, you
You
gotta
can't see,
see.
or I can do this. So you just put this, and then put these on.
Yeah, you gotta see.
Yeah, I can do the show like this.
I'm gonna take my hood off.
Oh goodness. Ugh, okay.
There you go.
Okay. Bad. Okay. Serious business now,
Right
ladies.
back. We're back. We're serious
Serious
now.
business now. Ugh, Cameron talked me into putting a wig on. So
Yes, I did.
female Michael Myers with hair.
Yes.
Yeah, I got my serial killer jumpsuit on. So that's good enough.
Yeah, that's how you dress up for Halloween.
Yes, yes, it
Hmm.
is. It is.
So,
So welcome to Two Blurred Girls.
welcome, welcome.
For everyone listening, I had a Michael Myers mask on. So that was fun. And
Yes.
I put glasses on and imagine Michael Myers with glasses
In a
and,
wig,
and a wig, a long wig.
a long black wig.
Yes. And you're welcome. All right. So for our Halloween special,
Hmm.
besides us entertaining you with our costumes,
Hmm.
we're gonna review this documentary,
Hmm.
and it's called Horror Noire,
Hmm.
and it's a history of Black horror.
Yes.
And it's a Shudder TV. If you don't know what Shudder TV is, it's a great app with
Hmm.
nothing but horror movies.
Nothing. I had this a long time ago when I was living with an ex-boyfriend in Kentucky.
Yeah.
We had that and we were able to watch all of the horror movies, including this horror movie called Midnight on the Meat Train or something like that.
Oh, that's a good one.
And that was on Shudder, and like I had told John Henry about it, and he's like, "I've never heard of that movie." He's like, Let's watch it." And then he's like, "Babe, this movie is stupid." It didn't make any sense to him. I was just like, it's just like if you're on a train at midnight and there's a butcher on the train and he will kill you, and basically you will get fed to these demons, and he
Yeah.
didn't get it.
Yeah. What's so hard about that?
He just didn't get it.
Oh,
He
John.
just thought it was he was like he thought it was stupid.
Oh, yeah. You wanna do a shameless promotion for your husband's podcast?
I
Quick
might
one.
as well. I might as well represent the husband.
Yeah, represent.
I'm just being funny. I love him. I wouldn't mind. I'm helping him out, by the way. Um he has a podcast called Wrestling Rocks. I'm not going to do the Vince McMahon voice. That's him. He can do that. I'm not doing it. But they do it. They have their podcast every Thursday at 7 o'clock, and it's him and his friend Brandon. Now I'm just letting you guys know they do not have a filter. So if you're sensitive, you cannot listen to them because they do not have a filter.
Shame.
Neither one of them do.
Mm.
I can't just say just his friend. My husband doesn't have one either. Both of them don't have filters. They
Yeah,
don't know when to stop.
it's very explicit, and
Very.
we all have to work to do edit buttons.
Yes. You think that we're explicit. They're
Oh,
worse than
no.
us.
Yeah, they're worse.
They're worse. So
Mm-mm. Yeah,
yeah. But
and that
they
comes on Monday?
yes, Monday, no, Thursday. They come on
Thursday, okay,
Thursday. Mhm.
cool.
Mhm.
Oh, Chris. Hey, Chris. It's my old neighbor.
Oh.
Christopher Minora. He's
Mhm.
a independent author.
Oh.
There's this interesting Midnight Meat Train was written by Clive Barker based on a story from his books of blood anthologies. Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I just
Awesome.
thought it was a funny horror movie where there was like a butcher on the meat train. And
It was
wasn't
pretty awesome.
Bradley Cooper? Yeah, Bradley Cooper was in that movie. And I thought, wait, Bradley Cooper's in a horror movie?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Yeah, that's how long ago it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, okay,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
the what we're supposed to
Okay.
be talking
So
about.
yeah, we're gonna review this documentary. It's called Horror Noire,
Mhm.
History of Black Horror.
Mhm.
And mostly this documentary explores the century of horror movie genre
Mhm.
that exploited and was a character and embraced Black Americans in Hollywood.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much what it is. And it's based on a book, Horror Noire Blacks in American Horror Films by Robert R. Means
Oh, I
Coleman.
thought it was Robin.
Is it Robin?
Yeah, I had to pause it over and over again to see what their name was, and I was like, "Okay, it's like."
Marvin Coleman or something.
Yeah, something like that. I had to keep that's I was taking notes today.
Oh, yeah, I took notes right too.
Yeah, it was Robin R. Means Coleman. That's
Got
what
it.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanna read that book.
Yeah, me too. Like, I didn't become a fan of horror movies until I was 12,
Oh,
because of UPN. So, yeah.
good old UPN, rest in
Good
peace.
old UPN. Like, imagine me watching horror movies on UPN, aka Hellraiser on
The
UPN.
Hellraiser, God.
That was my first horror movie that I liked.
Oh, jeez. What
Mhm.
an introduction, Tamara.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No,
I
I mean,
was
what an introduction to horror movies from Hellraiser. As freaky as they are.
yeah, it was so
Needing
weird.
BDSM gear.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was so funny. I thought it was cool, you know. I grew to Freddy,
Oh,
and then I still don't like Chucky.
mhm,
Um And I was like, "Oh, Jason." I kind of like Jason now. I have all of the shirts that says "I love." It has Jason's face on it,
mhm.
and it says "I heart." But the heart is Jason's face. Friday,
Oh,
Friday 13th. So,
cool.
mhm.
Well, from my costume, you could tell I really like Michael Myers now.
Yeah, you like Halloween. We're supposed to watch the new Halloween movie tomorrow.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
Yeah. Sorry.
I saw y'all review, so don't worry about it. I
I
spoiled myself. I
I
didn't watch it all the way, you know.
yeah, can't catch my review with John, Movie Lovers Unite podcast.
Yes, yes. So,
But yeah, this documentary was released in 2019,
mhm,
and it features like film scholars,
mhm,
actors, directors,
mhm,
writers, just all black writers, just commenting on just how African Americans were depicted in Hollywood horror films, like from
mhm.
the 1920s to present.
Yeah, it started like it's just so weird how it all started off like in the 1920s
Yeah.
because it's just like it's either you're a slave
Mhm.
or you're like a bum that's just scared of everything, or you're always, or if you're like the voodoo doctor or something like
Yeah.
that, like how they were saying in the shows. Now me personally, I've never paid attention to any of that. I have heard like how they said back in the day how black people were always the first to die, like that myth, like how they always say
It's
that
true.
black people was always the first to die. But the thing is, it depends on the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because not every single black person dies in every single horror movie. It's either we be one of those who look up to the white person like, oh my gosh, you're my savior, or
Mhm.
you sacrifice yourself, or you die.
Yeah. Yeah, they talked about that too. That's interesting you brought it up.
Yeah.
They talked about the tropes.
Mhm.
like the sacrificial
Mhm.
lamb trope, or like you said, you look up to a white person, or
Mhm. Like they did
real
with Monica.
magical quote unquote Negro, and you have
Mhm.
all these powers.
Mhm.
So,
You didn't hear me what I said.
oh, what did you? Oh boy!
I said like they did to Monica. That's
Oh
what I said.
no! Why did I fall for that trap? Yeah, you can catch our previous episode, Blacks in what is it? Black superheroes, in comics. I think that was part one, where
Yeah.
you can hear about Tamara's gripe about Captain Marvel being white, and it was supposed to be Monica Rambeau.
Yes.
So catch that episode out.
I
Oh,
had it.
Chris has something else. Well,
Uh-huh.
Chris says, well, they really kind of start with black exploitation. Yeah, just trying to make a quick buck with the urban crowd. Films
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm gonna get to that too.
Yeah.
Blackenstein are as classics now as original Universal horror films. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. They talk about that too in this documentary. Like
Mhm.
first, I think they first went to Birth of a Nation.
Oh, yeah, and that's something interesting because they said that that was a horror film for Black people
Mhm.
because it was like a white guy in blackface,
Yeah.
and he was a slave. So that's how it was back in the day. In the 20s and 30s, if like sometimes they don't have black actors, they will get or people of color actors,
Mhm.
they will get a white person, they will put makeup on and act like that person's color. So in The Birth of a Nation, it was a white man in blackface as a slave, and I think he was like falling in love with a white woman.
Yeah.
And here comes these Ku Klux Klan members. They took him and they killed him
Yep.
because of that. And they said that that was a horror film for Black people. And I think it was filmed in the White House. And Woodrow Wilson was the one that oh, good old Wilson. That's a different story. But anyways, a lot of people like how they talked about it. That was just very interesting how that all came up, and that's something I didn't know, that that movie was played in the White House at the
Oh
time.
yeah. Yeah. He said it was as true to life
Mhm.
as basically possible. He thought it was all true, and he
Mhm.
praised the KKK. That
Yeah.
it was the resurgence of the KKK actually
Mhm.
from that movie.
Yeah, like they were the heroes
Yeah.
because they killed this black man and everything, and they were basically the
Yeah. Yeah.
heroes because they were falling he was falling in love with this white woman, and that's theirs, so they decided to kill this black man, and it's just like, wow, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I saw Birth of a Nation long time ago when I took a
Mhm.
film class in my undergrad, and it is very shocking and very disturbing.
So did you see how, like, we're gonna go back to the horror
Yeah.
film,
Well,
but,
this
like, you as a black person, as they say about Birth of a Nation being, like, a horror film for black people, what did you think of it during that time when you watch it? As I've never seen it, I just heard of it.
Um, I I didn't see it as a horror film, but now that
Mhm,
they're talking about it, yeah, it kind of was.
mhm,
Now that I'm thinking about it, because like you said, the white actor's in blackface, so he's
mhm.
all like dark,
Yeah.
and he's grabbing, and I guess D.W. Griffin made her whiter than she was,
Mhm,
and you can see the contrast between his quote unquote black skin touching her white pure skin, and
mhm.
they made this character Gus the villain, where he was gonna capture her and throw her off a cliff, and then you
Like
see the
King Kong.
KKK rolling, and then they save
Mhm,
the girl, and then they actually hang him.
mhm.
So it's really disturbing. And then
Yeah.
it's basically mocking what would happen if with reconstruction, like you
Mhm,
give these people all these freedom and they run wild like animals. So
mhm,
KKK basically is the saviors to put law and order.
mhm.
That's the premise of the film. So it goes from reconstruction, and it has all these white actors in blackface
Mhm.
as judges, and they're running around like monkeys. Like,
Mhm. Yeah,
oh,
because they talked about that too in the documentary on how King Kong,
mhm,
any other movies that you see like back in the day, like you don't see no black person like as a scientist, as a doctor, or whatever. You either see a black woman as a voodoo witch or a
yeah,
black man as a voodoo witch. The black man can be King Kong and all of that stuff. Like how you saying that how a black like how they were thinking that a black man is trying to take their white female.
mhm,
So just like King Kong, he took that white female and saying that's his
yeah,
and all of that stuff. So like that's something I never thought about or never, I just thought it was just a big old monkey,
yeah, yeah,
a big old gorilla. And I just thought it was interesting on how they did that comparison in this documentary. Again, it's just something I've never thought about because I've seen King Kong. I've seen like it was just weird, like the King Kong back, the old King Kong. It was
yeah,
just weird how they did it. I'm just like, this looks stupid. But that's how they did things back in the day. Now, I did see the one with Tom Hiddleston and
oh
Brie
yeah,
Larson. Now, I thought that was a good movie,
mhm,
and I just never would think that King Kong is like the big black man that's trying to take the white woman away from the white man kind of thing, like how they're doing it in this documentary. So
yeah,
I just thought it was just like, huh, interesting.
yeah.
Or what is it? The swamp monster, they
Oh
even did
yeah,
that comparison
mhm,
too. So
mhm. Yeah, how yeah, some of the film scholars were saying that the creature from the Black
Black
Lagoon
Lagoon, yeah.
and all these monsters, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
seem like representations of black
Black people.
people, yeah,
Mhm.
as
Like,
monstrous
yeah,
villains.
because like they did what was that movie? I wrote it down. It was something. What is it? It was like a classic horror movie, like Ingagi, I think it's something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
where like there's like an ape and a black woman, and the child will be half ape and
Mhm.
half black, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, yeah, it got real dark back in
Yeah.
was I guess that was in the 20s or something,
Yeah,
the
20s or
movie?
something. But
Yeah,
before all of that started, they talked about Jordan Peele's movie Get Out.
yes, yes.
And
What were your
I've never
thoughts when you first saw it? Did you see it?
no, I have never
Okay,
seen
yeah.
it. I heard a lot of good things about the movie. I kind of spoiled myself because they showed the ending in this
Ah!
documentary. So I know what happens in the end.
No, just pretend like you don't know. Let's erase it.
I can't erase, will never go away. I don't mind spoilers. I don't mind spoilers, but yeah, they talked about Jordan Peele's Get Out movie, and they thought it was interesting, like how a I hate saying this, but how a black man, because Jordan Peele is a mix, but they said how a black man um directed and written a horror movie starring a black person as the main character.
Mhm.
And I think they said it started off with, is his name Lakeith?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's
because
some
he was, yeah, he was in that movie about, he was the one that was the guy that was in the Black Panther movie
mhm,
that killed, like, he was on the FBI side because he was
yeah,
tricked. But okay, so it started off with him walking down the sidewalk by himself and he was on the phone, and someone behind grabbed him from behind, and that's when they got him and stuff. So they started talking about that part, and then they went to the scene where I can't remember his name, but he's the main character, and he was talking to this black woman, and it looked like she was trying to cry. And he
mhm.
was like, "Let me guess, there's just too many white people around here," and she was just looking at him.
Yeah.
And it's just like she had tears in her eyes,
Mhm.
and it's just like, now I feel like I want to watch this movie
Oh,
now.
yeah, I saw it, and,
Mhm.
yeah, if you get a chance to watch it, I would suggest it, since you don't mind spoilers.
I
And
don't mind
spoiler
spoilers.
alert
Sorry, I already
for
know what happened
anybody
in the end.
for anybody that haven't seen Get Out, spoiler alert. Uh,
Spoiler alert.
this guy, and I forgot the main character's name, but
Mhm.
he's dating a white woman, and
Mhm.
he goes to her parents' house for the weekend, and, her parents are rich, whatever.
Mhm.
And all the black people he see, which is
Mhm.
not many, they start to act strange.
Yeah.
Like, "What's wrong with you guys?" And then we come to find out that there's a modern day slave auction.
Mhm. Auction. Mhm.
So they're auctioning off, like they captured Lakeith, and they
Mhm.
auctioned him off. In some kind of weird scientific way, the white people are buying these black people so they can get the black experience. And
Mhm.
they kind of take their brain, and I think it's been a while, and put their brain in the black person's body. It's
Mhm.
like a weird, monstrous thing.
Mhm.
So or something like that, they absorb the black person or something
Mm.
like that. And
Mhm.
we and for some reason, when you take a flash photo,
Mhm.
it breaks that person out the trance,
Mhm.
and that's why they're like, get out of here," and that's why she was crying because she wanted to break out, but she was
Mhm.
captured,
Yeah.
white trance, and
Yeah,
they
'cause
tried to do that to the main character, but he, broke free, and then there's some other and then they called the sunken place where he was sitting there talking about his feelings with the white mom, and then she was like, "Oh, you're just troubled," and then some kind of way she stir her tea, and it's like a hypnotic thing where she's like,
Mhm.
"Think," and then he sings, and then it gets deep. It's like deep metaphors
Mhm.
for the black experience and just being trapped and not having a voice in
Mhm.
white America.
Yeah, it's so basically, cause like, I've seen a lot of memes with that black guy running,
Yeah,
because I think they said that that was, like, a white man who's, like, happy that he's able to run again
yeah, yeah.
because he was so old that he couldn't run.
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess, like, Jordan Peele, he did that it's like a horror film
Mhm.
for black people, just as imagining what if, you have these crazy white people and they try to auction just us away and try to control our bodies and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kinda like a
Eh,
Frankenstein type thing. Like,
yeah.
they want the black experience. So
Mhm.
they and I forgot exactly how they did it,
Mhm.
but they put them we're their avatars,
Mhm.
basically. So the guy running, like you said, is a white guy inside a black guy's body, and he's
Mhm.
running like, "Oh, I never ran before,"
Yeah.
you know?
It was just so I just like love seeing those memes. And it's kind of like, just imagine yourself in a interracial relationship.
Oh, yeah, it
I
touched on that. It touched
Yeah.
on the dark part of that, like, how it can go dark because the girl was bringing home all these black people
Uh-huh.
to set up for this whole thing, so she was working
Right.
with her family.
And my daddy is here. Hi,
"Hey, Blerd."
daddy.
Called their name.
Call their names. Um, but hi, dad. Welcome to our
Hey,
podcast.
hey.
Yeah, we're talking about this movie called Get Out.
Yeah.
So it's like a horror movie and everything.
Aw, your
Uh,
pumpkin.
I love you, daddy. So, but back to the
Oh,
the
the
documentary.
documentary. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
So they
it
started off
goes
with Get Out.
yeah, it started Get Out, and then it
Mhm.
went into the conversation we had earlier with Birth of a Nation and like you were
Mhm.
saying, King Kong,
Mhm.
which I think now people are realizing King Kong and
Mhm.
what he symbolizes as the black man's experience. It was in, gosh, what's the name of that Quentin Tarantino movie?
Hmm.
Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, it was a
Oh.
scene where they were playing a card game,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, "Well, guess who I am?" And he had King Kong on his forehead, but the guy couldn't see,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Well, you were brought over in chains, and something, something, something," and they was like and he said, "Am I a black man in slavery?" And it was like, "No, you're King Kong."
You know what? After watching King Kong, oh my gosh, that is something I've never realized about.
Yeah, he was on
Wow.
display at the end, right? They had him in
Uh-huh.
chains after they
Yeah.
captured him,
He
and
was
they
in
put him on
chains.
full display. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he broke free, and then he grabbed the white woman, and she was like, "Don't hurt him," and then they
Mhm.
shot him down, and he fell down, and then the guy said it was beauty that killed him, or
Mm.
something like that.
Something like that. You know what? Now I had to go back and watch that
Oh,
movie
yeah,
to
I gotta watch
see.
it too. Yeah, a lot of people as, they were mentioning in this other documentary that a lot of people, when they saw that scene, they went
Mhm.
back and saw King Kong. When
Mhm.
they saw that movie, Inglourious Basterds, they went back and they were like, "Really?" So,
Yeah. You know what? That's something I've never would think about. Never
yeah, he
thought
came from the
about.
jungle,
Yeah, he came from the jungle,
then
an African jungle, right?
African jungle, and then some
Uh-huh.
white woman, he captured her, and he was, like,
Uh-huh.
taking her clothes off with
Yeah,
his
because she was being sacrificed. She was being sacrificed, because the villagers captured her
mhm,
and they tied her up, and here's come King Kong, and
yeah.
he grabbed her.
Yeah,
Wow.
grabbed her, took her clothes off, and then
Uh-huh.
she taught him how to be civil,
Uh-huh.
and then, they were kinda digging each other a little bit, and then all these people are like, "Oh, we gotta kill that," and to notice the word monstrous beast.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
grabbed him and they chained. Oh, you know what? Now I
yep.
have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, yeah, they chained him up
Mhm.
and put him on full display and said, "Look at this beast."
Yep.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh,
Now I have to
but
go back.
yeah, yeah, we both learned something.
Mhm. We learned something tonight. Yay.
Yay.
But
But my one of my favorite movies, they also went into, how, um, Black people are taking a lead role character in horror
Mhm.
films, like
Mhm.
Night of the Living Dead, which I believe
Yes.
1968 by
Yes, it was
George
1968.
Romero,
Mhm.
and it was the first time it was a probably not first that I know, but the first time a Black actor took the lead role and as the leading man. It's
Mhm.
about zombie apocalypse, and these
Mhm.
people are going to a cabin and a house, and they're trying to escape the zombie apocalypse.
Mhm.
All the zombies seem like they're white.
Yeah, every single one of them were
Yeah,
white, and
yeah,
here comes this black he was, like, the black lead.
yeah,
There was, like, how can you tell who's the black lead who was the lead? Was it this white woman or was it this black man? He was basically telling them, "You need to sit down and shut up and listen to what I say, dude," kinda thing,
yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, snap," because that's something if you never seen in
no,
films like that. You'll either see a black person, like, sees a ghost, like, he's like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna be part of this. I gotta get out of here." That kinda thing. Or he's either the person to die or something like that, or if he's a slave, but
yeah,
this black man in 1968 told these people, you need to sit down and shut up or I'll make you shut up. I was like, well, damn.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, and then he slapped a white man too,
Yeah, he
which is
slapped the
the
man.
first time.
he,
He's like,
he bit.
"Shut up and sit down." I said, "Oh, Jesus."
Now I want to watch that movie just to see him
It's
slapping
good.
him.
I saw that movie and I was shocked, and the ending is really scary.
Yeah.
'Cause it just depicts basically what Black people were going through at the time,
Hmm.
with the Klan and just white policemen. So,
Yeah, they
if
shot him
you
in the head.
oh, yeah, if you look at it, you'll be really amazed.
Yeah, they said, "Shoot him right there," and you get
Mhm.
him, like, shoot him right between his eye, and they
Oh,
shot him
yeah.
right between his
Yeah,
eye.
he wasn't even a zombie. He was
Mm-mm.
like, "I'm not a zombie," they still shot him.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm.
See,
And
that's
then yeah, go ahead.
that's an interesting part, like, they were saying, like, it went from that to Jordan Peele's movie.
Oh, yeah.
On how, like, at the end, you would thought that he was gonna get see, I told you guys, they spoiled that part for me, on how in the end of the movie, you would thought that he was gonna die, but when that person got out of the police car, they was like, "Oh, thank God, it's a black man." So he shot the white woman instead of him, and they both
Oh,
got in the
yeah.
car and drove away.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a surprise ending 'cause I was like, "Oh, boy, here we go."
Yeah, everybody was saying that, but it's how, just think of it, how it went from that to that, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they talked about what Chris was talking about earlier, blaxploitation. They
Mhm.
talked about Blackula, and
Yes.
that was with William Marshall, and the
Mhm.
director was William Crane, I
Mhm.
believe.
And
Yeah.
Pam Grier was in it.
Oh, man, yeah, she was in, the second one. That one I haven't seen, but I wanna see because they
Yeah.
said the opening scene of Blackula, this I guess he's a slave owner, and then you see an
Mhm.
African queen, and they're
Mhm.
talking to Blackula, who's a black
Mm.
vampire. This is before, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Mm.
Everybody this is the way before that. Um,
Way, way, way
and they're
before.
discussing how to end the slave trade.
Mhm.
And that's something interesting you don't see in a movie like that from the '70s,
Right.
especially
Yeah,
a horror film.
because they just, like, when they talked about Blackula Part 2, they just like how they they loved the way that Pam Grier was acting,
Mhm.
because it felt like most of the other movies that she did, they didn't see her actual acting. So when they saw her in the second Blackula, they was like, "Oh my gosh, she's a great person. She's a wonderful actress. She's this and that, and everything about her." So to be honest, I didn't even know she was in it until I watched this documentary.
Oh, yeah, I didn't either. Like I said, I haven't seen Blackula.
It's so hard to
Oh, yeah,
say.
it is.
Oh
Ugh,
god.
and I haven't seen that or 2 or what Chris was saying, I think he Blackenstein.
They said that that was the worst movie ever. They was talking about it, because it was like it was filming so dark you couldn't see anything. It was so bad. I was like, "Well, that's a good thing I haven't seen that movie."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It went it went from that to the 80s, where it's like that's when all of us, the here comes the myth
Mhm.
that every single black person dies,
Yes,
and
they do.
I was like that, but it's like we don't die all the time, we die often, but there are some movies that always have a black person that dies.
Yeah, yeah, like
In the
I
80s, like Freddy
yeah.
Krueger.
Oh, man, yeah, getting on to that. I am trying to face my childhood fear and watch all the Freddy movies. So, I just recently finished 4, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
there's a there this goes into what we're talking about.
Mhm.
There's a nerdy black girl in there, a
Mhm.
Blerd
A
before Blerd
Blerd.
was cool, and she was
Mhm.
really smart. So, she was asthmatic, she has to have
Mhm.
some type of weakness.
Mhm.
Freddie sees her, he's like, "Hey, you want suck face?" And she's like, "No." Of course, he sucked her, they
He
kiss,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
sucked her
sucking
face.
the life out of her, and then you see, like, this charcoal black rubber doll she turns into, and
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, that's kinda disturbing," and her eyes
Yeah.
were bulging out.
Mhm.
I was like,
But
"Oh."
then, in the wake scene, she was having an asthma. They say that she was having asthma attack, but
Mhm.
basically, Freddie took her breath away, and
Yeah,
she died. They said that she died from an asthma attack, but I'm like, no, Freddie killed her
yeah.
by taking her breath
Oh,
away.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
and I had high hopes for 3 because the
mhm,
black guy in there, Kincaid, I think was his name.
mhm,
He survived 3, right?
mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, yay, he
See,
survived."
that's what they said. The myth is very true sometimes, not all the time.
But then he died in 4 in
Oh,
the
see?
beginning.
Yeah, see? See, you only live once. They'd be like, "Okay, I'll let you live in this movie, so you're gonna die in this movie,
Yeah.
okay?"
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then, what's his name? Uh, he was in because he was in the documentary too, and he said that, I just wanted to get that check. And I'll be
Ooh,
like, I was in Friday the 13th, you wasn't, so haha, I don't care if I died. Because he said he was looking through the script to see how long it would take for him to die,
mhm.
and like he was just looking at every single page and stuff, and he did die. Jason stabbed him in the stomach, and he died from that, but he
Yeah.
said that he didn't care. He was just thinking about that money, that he was thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
that check. There was another black actor, like there was both of them were sitting down talking to each other,
Yeah.
and I think the other black actor who was in Dawn of the Living Dead or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Ken Forgy?
Yeah,
Forgy, something like that. I know what you're talking
but
about.
he died in that movie. The other guy said that he didn't die in one movie, but he died in the next movie. And he said he didn't die in The Thing, but he died in it's the They Live. He died in They Live.
Keith David.
Yeah.
Keith David, yeah, he said he survived in the thing. Yeah,
He
see the
survived The
pattern?
Thing. Yeah, he survived The Thing, but when he was in They Lived, which is different from The Thing,
Yeah.
he died. But he
Mm.
died at the end though. He didn't die in the
Oh,
beginning,
okay.
he died all at the end.
There's some progression.
Yeah.
We getting there, we died at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, they get there and stuff. But, and then we get to the 90s where like one of my all-time favorite movies, I could tell you my parents didn't like the fact that I was like, I want to be a witch. I got my ass beat for that. But there was a movie called The Craft,
Yay.
and there's a black girl in it, and she said that her character, like, every single character has their problems.
Mhm,
One girl has scars that was burned, like her burning scars. The other girl has like scars on her arm from cutting herself. The other girl is like psychotic, she's homeless, and she's bipolar. And
mhm.
then her character, the black girl, her character was supposed to be anorexic, but they switched it from anorexic for racism.
Yeah, yeah, and I
Mhm.
like what she said. She's like, "Racism." She said she compartmentalized it because she was like, "Why would she face racism?" She was
Mhm.
thinking of it just as a character,
Yeah.
the color of her skin.
Mhm.
And it wasn't till later on she was like, "Oh, it makes sense."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like I liked it, her and Sarah. I think Sarah was the one that had the cut marks on her
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
But I kind of felt like more between her character and Sarah's character, kind of thing. After I was watching, again, like The Craft was one of my favorite movies, and I could just tell you, don't if you as a kid don't run to your parents, say, "Mommy and Daddy, I want to be a witch." Especially to your parents who are Christian and they're Baptist, and you tell them, "I want to be a witch," and they be looking at me like, "What the?" Yeah, don't do that.
So, the flip side of that, camera, when I was in preschool, they asked me what I wanted to be, and I was like, "A witch," and my mom was like, "Oh, she don't know what she's talking about." That's pretty much what I got because they thought it was cute.
Yeah, nah, I got my ass beat. I was older. I was old
No.
enough. The Craft, I was old enough. So,
It was the
yeah.
first when I saw The Craft, I was shocked that there was a black witch.
I wasn't.
I was
I
like,
thought it was
"What?
cool.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh,
Mhm.
okay." Yeah, I was shocked there was a black witch.
Mhm.
I liked the movie, like you said, I was like, "Oh, I wanna be a witch too."
Yeah.
And I think with that movie, the writer or the director studied
Mhm.
Wiccan, um, to get it closer to the religion as possible.
Mhm. To get a better understanding, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
because they was doing all these rituals,
mhm,
you know,
earth and
like,
nature and
for
stuff.
nature and stuff like that for them. And I thought, now, if just in case you guys haven't seen that movie, um, the girl who had to deal with racism, got the racist bitch anyway. So I'm just like, she got her. That pretty blonde hair. What pretty blonde hair?
I was shocked when I saw that. When she said that
Ah,
word, I was like, "Oh my god!" I had a visceral reaction. I was like, "Oh, we
yeah.
still
I say,
friends?"
oh, I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay. You about to go down? It's
Yeah,
about to go down, and it
and
happened.
the line she said, 'cause I'll do it. She she was like, "Nancy," the black girl came to the white girl, you
Mhm.
know. She's like, "Nancy, why do you hate me?" And Nancy said, "'Cause I don't like negroids."
Yep.
Yeah.
She literally said that.
Mhm,
She
yeah. Well,
literally said
first
that in
she
the movie.
said, "Oh, I got some black hair. It's like black pews. It must be from whatever her name is." And then
Uh-huh.
that's when she was like, "I don't like negroids."
Mhm.
And she got her with well,
She got
first,
her hair.
I do like the fact that in her little prayer, she was asking for the ability not to hate and to forgive,
Mhm.
but she did snip one of her friends snipped the girl's hair,
Yes.
and they put it in a ritual, and then all her hair started falling out, and she started to look like, Jeff Goldblum in The Fly.
Yeah. I started laughing so hard.
He's
I
like,
was like,
"It's
"Ha
just
ha,
coming
that's,"
out."
and it's like, "Ha ha, that's what you get, bitch."
Yeah, I was like, "I don't see a problem."
I see no problem. There's no problem here.
Oh,
No
I
problem
wanted I wanted
whatsoever.
that ability so bad.
Yeah. I was like, "You get that racist son. Yeah, get
Yeah,
her."
and then she had a dollar store wig on,
Yep.
so the hair fell out, and she was like, "Nancy, how's it going?"
Yeah,
It's
she
like,
was being all nice to
"Fine."
her. She was being all nice to her after she found out that Nancy was a witch.
Mhm.
She was
Yeah.
being all nice.
Yep,
Mm.
yep. But yeah, that's a good movie if you haven't seen it. I know that there's a TV series, but I don't know.
Don't watch the TV series, watch the movie.
Yeah, yeah, I
The
would
movie's
say
better.
watch the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
And
watch the TV series, they're
that
sad.
is Rachel True, and I think she played in Rugrats, but I
I
forgot
think she
the
did
black
too.
girl's name in the Rug
No, that wasn't her. That was
Oh, it's
Cree
not her.
Summer.
Oh, yeah, Cree Summer, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
another
know Cree's
little
voice.
black actress, yes.
I know Cree's voice.
Yes, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, and then it goes into our favorite movie,
Mm.
Candyman, which I
Oh,
can only
Lord.
say like once. Well, I
Yeah.
can say it because 'cause I'm not facing the mirror.
Don't say it again. I'd be
Okay,
like
so
this.
it
Mm-mm,
it
mm-mm, mm-mm,
it goes into to the Seaman.
mm. Don't say that either.
What am I supposed to say? I gotta describe this film.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but you say seaman. Seaman.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to say Candyman then.
No, just say the man.
You don't know who I'm talking about, Tamara.
Well, we could just be like this: the man with the hook that had bees coming out of his mouth, and
Not
bas
everybody knows what that is. They're like,
it's
"Who
like,
that is?"
okay, so this movie is about a black man that was
Okay,
in the slavery time. They cut off his hand
yes.
and they fed him bees, and he died from that. And
Oh,
if you say his name 3 times in
5
the bathroom or 5
in the
times
mirror.
in the mirror, no matter where you are, he
Mhm.
will appear and kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's why we're not saying his name. I don't care if I'm in the front of the mirror or not. I'm in front of the camera.
Okay,
So, I
alright.
ain't saying his name.
Well, anyway, that movie,
Yeah.
starred Tony Todd, who
Mhm.
is amazing.
Yes, he's an amazing actor.
And he yeah, like you said, I like the second movie too.
Mhm.
I like the first one and the second one of this particular film,
Mhm.
of the Bee Man. Can I say Bee Man? Bees Man?
The
Bee
slave man who lost his hand and had bees in his mouth.
Okay, well, him, and he was chasing after white women.
Yes.
So they were talking about that too, how, I like how one of the it was an independent director, she made a commentary about the film, and
Mhm.
she said this particular villain, he was terrorizing the black neighborhood, but
Mhm.
he didn't really counteract that, anger toward the white neighborhood that was gentrifying on
Mhm.
the other side.
Mhm.
So they were saying this is, I guess he represents the horror of slavery coming
Mhm.
to modern day society, or if you want to get that deep into it.
Yeah, like, you guys can watch it if you want to.
And
Um,
it's a remake by Jordan Peele too.
yeah, but this is what I've learned from okay, I'm a Sensi consultant, and I watch another Sensi consultant, and I think she's younger than me, but she said that they never her and her husband never seen the first one. So they watched Jordan Peele's version. So they watched that version before their first one. And I'm like, no, you should have watched the first one first before that one. Because if you watch the first one first, you will understand more about the second one, you know. But still, I refuse to say his name. So
I would say watch the first film
movie.
that
Yeah.
came out in the 90s,
Yeah, watch
and
that one
then
first,
watch
then
the
watch
second one, which describes his backstory,
mhm.
and then forget the rest, because I
Yeah,
think there are about 4 of them.
yeah, forget the rest of them.
And
Don't worry
then
about
watch
that.
Jordan Peele's version.
Yeah,
That's what I would say.
yeah, because they didn't give him they didn't do well with the other ones. I guess
No, it
that's
got
what
strange. I was like, "What is this foolishness?"
that's what it is. That's what it was,
Yeah.
foolishness.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
it was just
But
foolishness.
yeah, and then it was around this time with that film
Mhm,
and
in the
others.
'90s.
Yeah,
Tales from the
yeah,
Hood.
the 90s renaissance in literature and Black film, and
Yep.
how we could be, villains in
Mhm,
horror films if we
mhm.
wanted to, and we can be heroes as well. So
Yeah.
the movies was a resurgence of that, and then our
Mhm.
favorite movie, Tales from the Hood.
Which we're thinking about doing a review on,
Yeah.
and I think that's gonna be very hard, especially for me because I didn't care this. I gotta tell you guys, the slave dolls was the scary part of the movies for
It
me.
is.
I was like, you guys gotta understand if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you guys to watch it to understand why we're so scared. Like me and Mika are not the only ones who are afraid of that part. Like
Mm-mm.
John Henry, my husband, who had never seen that movie before until like this is way before my daughter was born. Um, I think it was like 2 years before she was born, and he was like, "Babe, Tales from the Hood is on." I was like, "You need to sit down and watch it." And he was like, "Okay." So he was watching it, and he was like, "Babe, they're talking about the slave dolls." I'm like, "Okay." Watched about the slave. He's like, "Those dolls are scary." I was like, "I
Yes,
told you. I
yes,
told you.
yes,
I
yes,
told you."
frightening. I
Yeah.
would watch it in the daytime.
Yes. Watch that scene in the daytime.
Yeah.
But he watched it at night.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like it's not like he was scared because he was white, but he was scared because they looked scary. You
Mhm,
know,
mhm,
I don't like the slave
mm-mm,
dolls.
mm-mm. No, but
But
I didn't feel bad for the senator that
I didn't
they were
either. I don't think
attacking.
anybody did. He got what he deserved.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you racist bastard, you get what you deserve for
Oh,
doing
yeah.
all those things in the house, especially with those dolls being possessed.
Mhm, or
You
the spirit
dummy.
of the slaves. Yeah.
Yeah, they were the spirit of the slaves. I'm like, you big dummy. But you got what you deserve. And David Allen Greer, he was in
Mhm,
that movie
mhm.
too. Now, you guys would think that he was just a comedian, but he's more than just that. He did a good job in that
Oh, yeah.
movie, and he was the abusive father.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think his name is Brandon. Uh, he was the son who had to go through the abusive relationship with his father. And I did like that scene too when they told him, anything that you need to let out, just draw it, the picture,
Oh, yeah.
and then ball it up and throw it away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. They talked about that in the documentary too.
Yeah. Well, not getting too much into the film, but I like it as an adult now.
Mhm.
Just the different, issues that they talk about, like child
Mhm.
abuse
Mhm.
and, black on black crime, and then they talk about
Gangs.
police brutality,
Yeah, and racism.
racism. Yeah. So I
Mhm.
haven't seen Tales from the Hood too, have you?
No,
I
I
ain't
just only
seen
seen
it.
one. I didn't even know there was a see,
Yeah, there's a 2,
that's
and I think there's a 3 too.
see, I didn't even know that either. I just knew about Tales from the Hood, so I guess I have to go back and maybe is it on Shudder?
I have to find out where it is, but
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to see,
Clarence Williams the 3rd, where
uh-huh,
he's
maybe
like,
I
"Ooh, the
see.
shit." The like
I thought it was just so funny.
the ending, I was like, "Oh, this not gonna end well."
They told him to go to hell. He's like, "Hell, this,
That's
this,
crazy, yeah.
this is hell.
And then, you know,
Welcome." And then all of a sudden, you see this like slither coming out the hole in his gap in his
yeah,
mouth. I was like, "Oh, he's the devil. He's the devil."
yeah, and then we find out that but spoiler alert, we find out they all dead.
Yeah,
That freaked
because
me
they
out.
went to the funeral home. Because okay, so like
Oh,
if you
don't tell
guys,
too much, Tamara. We gotta
uh,
review it.
damn it. I wanted to talk about the movie so
Yeah,
bad,
hold
but we
hold that
can't.
thought.
I'll
Hold
hold the
that
thought.
thought.
I'll hold
Yeah,
that thought. I'm
hold that
sorry, y'all.
thought. We will review, that was like
Tales from the Hood.
yeah, we will this wasn't, one of the little dolls. That was like, that fell.
I refuse to have porcelain dolls in my house because of those damn slave dolls.
I don't even want a Chucky doll in my house. And my
Too
buddy
late for me. I have
my
a
buddy
Chucky. I had a I had a kid sister, and
oh, no.
then
My kid sister.
she disappeared.
Of course, she ran away.
No, I think my parents threw it away.
Oh, well, I don't blame him. She could have been possessed.
But I felt so bad for my mom because my great grandma gave me this big old stuffed animal,
Yeah.
and I told my mom to get rid of it.
Oh. Oh, was it that, Teddy Rustin?
Mm-mm.
Rustin, oh, yeah.
No, Teddy Ruxpin, poor guy, his bottom lip was missing. His bottom lip broke, and he was just talking like this. But it was like a big old rabbit. I
Oh,
think
no.
my great grandmother or my dad's mom, my grandma Sarah, gave me that bunny rabbit. It was about this big.
Mhm.
And I told my mom I didn't want it anymore because of Chucky. Even though it was a stuffed animal, I told my mom I didn't want it anymore. And then after watching Tales from the Hood, all my porcelain dolls, including my African dolls, I got rid of them.
Mm-mm. Oh, please do.
I
Yeah,
got rid of them. Like
put
I
that
was
in
like, I
Goodwill.
can't, I
Mm-mm,
can't. I was
mm.
like, you guys are going to get well. Goodbye.
I
'Cause
think he tried to do that too in the movie Tamara.
yeah, but I had decorations. They were my decorations. I like literally. You can talk to my parents. Even if my dad's still on, you can. He like can literally say something. My parents paid a lot of money for those dolls. After watching Tales from the Hood, they got it. They went.
Mm, mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, but we will review that movie, later,
Yeah, later on down in the future.
somewhere down when we're
Yeah,
mentally ready.
yeah. Those damn dolls. Hey.
Oh my god! And then they went into Eve's Bayou. Have you seen
Mm-mm.
Eve's Bayou? I didn't think that was a horror movie, but
No, but I thought it was interesting that they talked about it because they felt like it was horror because of voodoo.
yeah, that's another conversation. Like people who
Mhm.
practice voodoo, they are upset because to them that's their religion. It's
Mhm.
not anything of horror,
Mhm.
but it's been depicted as horror in many films.
Mhm.
I don't practice voodoo, but
I
I
don't either.
know that that's it's a religion. I know
It,
about it. Yeah.
yeah, it is a religion.
Yeah.
But they even like again, like what we said back in the day on
Mhm.
how they portrayed black people at or especially black women as the witch, like the
Yeah.
voodoo witch or something like
Mhm.
that. Then here comes Eve's Bayou doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's just basically all black people and not just a white person being scared of going around black people. It's just
Yeah. Well, I so with Eve's Bayou, I didn't yeah, I saw a little bit of that, but
mhm.
I thought that they just talked about the dangers of messing around with dark magic
Mhm.
in a sense. and I did like that everybody on the cast was black,
Mhm.
as in a black town.
Mhm.
So I like that
I
part.
think it was set in
Yeah.
Louisiana,
Yeah.
New Orleans. I don't
Yeah.
know how I can't say people from that area, you can say it
No,
right. I'm from Florida,
no,
okay?
I'm
I
from
say New
Georgia.
Orleans.
I don't know. You can say NOLA.
Yeah, NOLA. Okay, there we
Yeah.
go. NOLA.
NOLA. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
we can
I'll say.
review that if you want to.
Yeah, I have to watch because like I don't know much of it. I know that I've heard of the name and
Mhm.
I think I've seen it on TV, but I just don't remember as much about it,
Oh, yeah.
because it
It's
was back in the day. I think it was what year was that? Was it like
mm,
2000?
somewhere in the 90s.
Late 90s,
Yeah.
early
Mhm.
2000s or
Late
something like that?
90s. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is in it as a creepy father that makes you
Oh, so
out your
that's
skin.
she was the that little girl was saying something about killing her dad.
Yeah.
So that he was the one that she wanted to kill,
Y
right?
yes, without telling you too much.
Okay, I'm trying to remember, okay?
I don't wanna tell you too much, but
God
yeah.
damn it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it was. Which makes you wanna crawl out your skin and hate Samuel L. Jackson, and
I
then you see
can't hate
other
my
movies,
Samuel.
but then you see other movies and you're like, "Oh, okay, I love him." I just
I
hate
can't
him.
I can't hate my Samuel L.
I hated
Jackson.
him in this one. I was like, "Ugh, burn him. Ugh, terrible. Great.
I
Ugh."
think people hated him more in Django than Eve's Bayou.
I don't it's
Or
neck
do
and neck
people
for me.
hate
It's
him
neck and neck for me.
more from Eve's Bayou than Django? Like
I
which
would
one which
say I would say in Django, I found him hilarious, even
okay.
as the sellout slave. I
But
don't know why, but
uh-huh.
in Eve's Bayou, I hated him.
Okay. Wait, is that meme where him giving that crazy look?
Yeah.
That's that the where the meme's from?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love using that gif. Oh gosh, I just love using it. But okay,
Is
but
it
back.
anything else in the documentary that stood out to you?
Um, other than all of the movies that we just talked about, I just feel like that's it for me. Um, I really did enjoy the documentary. I was watching it I enjoyed it so much I was watching it the second time just to get my notes. But it's kind of hard for me to get notes because
Mhm.
I just want to pay attention
Oh, yeah.
to this documentary and just like I enjoyed it a lot, and it's like something that, is a good thing to watch and a good thing to sit down and think about. Like again, like me as a black person after watching horror movies, um I will never think well, I have thought about, people are saying I heard the myth when they said every black person dies,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. But it's like it's just like this other stuff, there's just something I would never think about.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's this horror movie called Hatchet. And I thought this scene was hilarious because there was this white friend telling his black friend to go this way. And his black friend said, hell no, I ain't going that way. So he started climbing up the tree. And his white friend was like, why are you climbing up the tree? And he was like, have you not heard? Black people are the first person to die. He's like, I ain't going that way. So I was like, that is hilarious. He was trying to climb up the tree. So yeah, I'm surprised they didn't talk about that movie. But sad thing is that he climbed down the tree and he did get killed. So I was like, I kind of wish he would stayed up in that tree.
Yeah. Mhm, mhm.
He didn't listen to
Had a
his wife,
chance.
friend.
Coulda had a
Mm,
chance.
yeah, he was
Mm,
up in that tree. He would have lived.
mm.
But other than that, this documentary is really good, and I recommend you guys watch it. You know,
Yeah.
and they did say that slavery, um, the civil rights movement, things that black people had to deal with, basically like even police brutality, that's our real life horror film. And I do believe that. I do agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this documentary. It's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
I had to tell you about it.
I'm glad that you told me about it,
Yeah,
'cause if you didn't, I'm glad that we decided to talk about it too. 'Cause,
yeah,
it's like, if you didn't, like, you was the one that mentioned about Blackula to me. I'm like, "What?" I was
yeah.
like, "Is that Vampire is that his name from Vampire in Brooklyn?" You was
No.
like, "No, this movie is in the '70s." Like, "What? What are you talking about?" You was like, "Tammy, watch the documentary." I was like, "Give me give me that link." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never heard of Blackula? What?"
Yeah. Don't worry, I haven't either until I saw this documentary. I was like, "What? Blackula?
Yeah.
Dang, what the hell?"
Yeah, because when you told me about it, I didn't believe you. I was just thinking of Vampire from Brooklyn.
No,
Vampire in Brooklyn.
no,
You was like, "No, Tammy,
no,
no." I was like, "Really? Is it funny?" She's like, "Tammy, no."
no. If you wanna talk about a modern day black vampire, I think that's Blade.
Blade. Mhm.
Blade and Vampire in Brooklyn. I think
Mhm.
those are only 2 black modern day vampires I know of.
Yeah. The thing is like like nowadays you don't hear that much about black vampires unless it's Blade.
Oh, wait, if so in movies, but if we
The
go to
movies.
TV shows, then I would say Tara from True Blood.
Yeah. Oh gosh, True Blood was that was the ish. I'm sorry. I
But
love True Blood.
after that, I don't know any other black vampires.
Me either, but you know,
Well, of course, her maker was white in
uh-huh.
True Blood.
Mhm. But still, it's a good show. It's my
It
ish.
is a good show. I like it. I
Oh,
don't think
wait.
the black guy was a vampire.
I don't think so either,
Yeah,
but his character was funny. He
that's
was real too.
I love
But,
him.
um, what's this? Now, to be honest, I don't care if you guys come for me or not, but I don't
It
consider it as Twilight a vampire movie.
it's not.
But they have a black person in it who was a vampire.
Oh, you're talking about the guy with the dreads.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
See, that's the thing. We both did, and I just thought
Well, he
about
was
it.
like a background character.
Yes, he was just basically the background character. That
Yeah.
was the representation for Twilight.
Well, I guess, like, the last 2 movies, they had these 2 Amazon-looking vampires.
Mhm.
They were background characters too.
Mm, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody cares
I
about that movie.
would like to see more of a modern vampire film.
Yeah,
I know
that's
they're
good.
recreating Blade, but
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, they're doing Blade,
mhm,
but I wanna see more than just Blade. Don't get me wrong, I love Blade.
mhm.
It's really good, but I just wanna see more than that.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but wait a minute, did Underworld have black vampires?
probably
Because I know the
background characters.
background characters?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So I was just wondering, because I love that movie too, so just saying.
Yeah, I like Underworld.
Mhm.
I yeah, Interview with a Vampire, they didn't have any.
They didn't have any.
Mm, no, no,
Mm.
besides that girl, who was getting bit by Tom Cruise,
Mhm.
and she was getting fed off of.
Mhm.
I would like to see Blackula be recreated.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Queen of the Damned.
Oh, how could we forget? What's wrong with us, Tamara?
Queen of the
We
Damned.
need to take her
Sorry,
ass to that car.
Aaliyah.
Leah,
Aaliyah
rest in
was
peace.
Leah recipe. I have the book. I have the book.
Oh, yeah. That soundtrack,
Mhm.
that got me through high school.
Yeah, me too.
Ah,
That's how I got the book
love
too.
that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen of the
I
Damned. Yes.
yeah. That's another vampire movie. Mhm.
That was her I forgot her name. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna butcher it, but yeah.
I can't, but I
Mhm.
have the book on my bookshelf, so if we come up with a name, I'll text it to you. But
Man,
I mean,
that
I'll
was
put
a
it to
good movie. We can
you. Mhm.
review that too if you want.
Yeah, we should.
I
We can even
wanted
talk about
more of her, to be honest. I was like, "What can we get back to her?" No? Okay.
I think they kinda ended it after she died.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, I wanted more of her while we were going through,
Mhm.
Lestat, right? Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is great. Can we get back to her?"
But the thing is we probably would have had more than of her
Yeah,
if
true.
if she didn't die, because there were some parts that they were missing and they didn't have a chance to film.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
yeah, I would like to see more black horror.
Yeah,
I don't know if I saw Antebellum. That was okay. It was
I
kind of
saw it
weird.
too.
It was
I
weird.
saw the one about the hair too.
Oh, you did? Was that good?
It
Mhm. Okay.
was weird.
Yeah, I wanna see, like, real black horror.
Yeah, because
Watch
the one about the hair is kind of like us as black women. Like, I think it was set in the 80s, and like you wear wigs,
yeah.
and this wig was like coming from like a weave came from an area that's really bad, and it get attached to your head and you get possessed kind of thing.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, interesting. So don't wear a weave." Check.
Or make sure you know where your weave comes from.
Yeah, if you do wear a weave, double check where it comes
Yeah,
from.
or
Check.
burn some sage around your weave and then put it in your hair.
Yes, and wash it thoroughly.
Yes. Yes. I
Mhm.
would like to see an a movie where it's like The Craft, but
Yeah.
they're all black.
Yeah.
I wanna see that.
My thing is like, don't remake my favorite movie. I don't.
No, don't remake it, just kinda, rip off from it and make them all black.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I wanna see.
Yeah.
But
So,
Hollywood won't do it, so it's like you gotta do it yourself.
yeah, Hollywood won't do it. They never I feel like they never give us like this is the thing I just think it's funny, and this is just me. Um when when they come out and say black people have a voice, but when we use our voice, it's not the voice that they want us to they don't want us want they don't like what we're doing.
Mhm.
So they try to say that our voice is for we're basically puppets or
Yeah.
pawns for white people. And I'm like, dude, you told us to use our voice, so we're using our voice.
Mhm.
Our voice is not basically what you stand for. So you're racist, even though you say that you're not racist. You're technically racist. Just think about it.
Yeah, and that was Tamara's corner.
Yep. That's my point. Because the thing is like we're trying to do all these horror films or try our best to do all these movies and we give ideas, but you turn it down.
Mhm.
And then a white person will come up with the same idea, what a black person think about, and then they make it.
Yeah. Yeah, because 'cause they're like, black people don't watch horror movies, or
Yeah,
black people don't go to movies.
yeah. But we do go to movies.
Yeah, black
And
people like Jordan Peele was saying, black people love Freddy and Jason and, Michael
yes.
Myers, me.
The thing is like I did not start liking Freddy and Jason until after watching Hellraiser. I told myself at 12 years old,
Hellraiser.
if I can watch Hellraiser,
Yeah.
I can watch Freddy and Jason. I can sit my butt down and watch Freddy and Jason. And Leprechaun.
Mm-mm, I can't do that, Tamara. I'm not doing that again.
You're not doing Leprechaun?
Mm-mm.
But
I saw it. I saw the first one, and I was like, "Mm-mm, nope."
well, the thing is that it gives you a good reason to never ever make a wish or watch what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for.
I ain't
That's
doing
it.
it. Mm-mm, I can't
Yeah.
do that one no more. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what I said. But I still cannot watch Chucky.
No, that one I can't watch. I don't
I
even
can't.
wanna watch, Bride of Chucky, and they said that's a funny one.
It is a funny one.
I just
It's
can't
it's
do that
super hilarious.
one. I
Like
just can't
two
do it.
dolls having sex and the doll gets pregnant and has a baby
Yeah.
and it turns out to be a doll.
I still can't do it.
And then the I don't know what the next movie was called. It was about Chucky's child, and his child was confused about who he is.
Oh, boy.
So they come to find out that he was a twin. He was a boy and a girl, but the
Oh,
girl was evil
hmm.
at the end. And
Oh.
that's another funny one.
No. Oh, I can't do it. The first one messed me up as a kid so much. I'm like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, they have the TV show, Chucky TV show.
Yeah, yeah, that's out now. I can't do
Mhm.
that one either. No.
I watched a little bit, of it last night.
Maybe
Was it
when
last
I'm a
night?
bit
I don't remember.
older, I can face my fear of Chucky. I'm just now facing my fear of Freddy.
You got this. Like I said, like, if I could sit
I
down and
do.
watch Hellraiser, I can watch Freddy Krueger. Now I think Freddy Krueger is funny.
Yeah, I think he's funny too, but I still watch him in the daytime. Even when I'm watching these movies now, I'm like, "Oh, nighttime. Day."
But we're about to close out, you guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, Mika, look
Yes.
up Scary Terry.
Oh, God. Oh, now?
No, when we
Oh,
get
okay.
off.
Oh, okay, cool.
But we were supposed to do something for next week.
Okay.
Um, I don't
Oh,
know
was it
what.
Squid Game?
Yes, we're gonna review Squid Game episodes 4 through 6 next
Mm,
week.
yes.
Um, I completed the whole series, to be honest. I was
Dang.
supposed to stop. I stopped at 6. I'm like, I can't stop. I gotta keep going.
Oh, damn.
I couldn't help it. I
Now
couldn't
you
help
can
it.
but at least you can kinda, like, fast forward and then be like, "Okay, write little notes," and like, "Da da da, da da da, da da da."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a good show. I enjoyed it.
I need to finish.
Boku-ra-na-tsu-ta-di-di-da.
No,
Eh.
you stop right there. No!
Red light,
Ah,
green light,
okay.
red light, green light.
Okay. Oh, oh gosh. Ooh, that was close. She almost killed me. But yes,
Sorry.
Horror Noire is available on YouTube TV, on Shudder TV, the Shudder
Mhm,
app.
mhm,
It's available on Apple, but it's $10 Apple.
mhm.
It's available on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime anymore, so Shudder TV for me.
Yeah, so make sure you watch this documentary because it's really good, and the book, Horror Noire: Blacks in American Horror Films, 1980s, blah, blah, blah. It's a long title, but yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you get the book too.
Mhm. So I'm gonna get the book.
Yeah,
So,
I wanna read the book too,
mhm.
and I may watch it again too.
I'm
I
already on
don't
it.
have the pressure of, writing down notes.
Yeah, I have the documentary up on another tab, so I
Awesome.
will be watching it after
Yes.
our
Excellent.
our podcast. So,
Excellent. Yes. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
So, as we close, any final thoughts?
Um, watch Horror Noire
Mhm.
and Squid Game.
Oh gosh. Yes, and continue to watch our shows, our
Mhm,
episodes as well.
mhm.
We are on social media. We're on Facebook at Two Blerd Girls Podcast, Blerd Blerd. And we're at Twitter at Blerd2Girls. We're on Instagram at Two Blerd Girls underscore podcast. I feel like I can't read now. we're at we're at YouTube, Two Blerd Girls, and on Twitch, Two Blerd Girls Podcast.
Mhm,
We're also audio as well.
mhm,
Our audio podcast is now on Amazon Music. Yay! And Audible.
mhm.
So follow and subscribe. And we're on Apple, we're on Google, we're on Breaker, Good Pods.
iHeartRadio.
We're coming soon to iHeart. No, iHeart. Yeah, we're on
We're
iHeart.
on
What am I
iHeartRadio.
talking about? Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
follow I follow us on
we're on
iHeartRadio. That's
iHeart Radio.
mhm.
We're making it big time, and it's because of viewers like you and listeners. So continue
Thank
to
you
tell your
guys.
friends about us.
Mhm,
You can email us at two blurred girls podcast at gmail.com.
mhm.
I think that's it.
I
Isn't it?
think so.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing else.
No, nothing else
So
besides Me putting back on my Michael Myers mask.
I'm not putting my hood on. It's too hot.
Cool.
Like, yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.